Flipping houses is so much fun, they said. Whee! The screen turned off in the middle of my drive a couple of days ago, but the truck was still running, obviously. I was in the car while it happened. I don't know what's going on here fully, but this sucks. Hopefully it's just the battery. What a start to the day. Let's go ahead inside so I don't look like a weirdo out here. We're in. The utilities are not yet turned on. Tessa tried to go get that done, but they needed me there on the site because I have an LLC with the investor I'm working on this project with. So we'll just have to do with some window light for this video. And I'll do a quick walkthrough video, but I don't have my little gimbal to make a really smooth video for that. Plus the lights aren't on. So it's just gonna be a quick before shot. Like I said earlier, we're working with a really tight budget on this property, but I'm gonna show you how you can stretch a dollar really far when remodeling some of these things. We're trying to take a property that would rent normally for $1,400 to $1,450 a month as is, over to around that $1,600 range, maybe push to $1,625 if we don't mind sitting on it for a little bit. The ROI on raising the rent by $200 or so is gonna be over 3 percentage points, which is extremely significant when you're talking about real estate. I'll have all the details for the numbers down in the description below or in the comments, just because I don't want to bore a lot of y'all with that, and it's going to be really hard to really portray just with me riffing right now. But if you're a freak in the spreadsheets, check out those numbers down below, because I think it's pretty intriguing to see what a small little remodel can do to impact your income. Anyway, for now, let's get on with the tour. It's about 1,500 square feet. It is traditionally a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but there's like this additional little room over here that I just showed you that is going to oh, why am I holding the camera behind me? We have this room here, which is probably like a secondary living room or like a sewing room or something like that. It's a large room, so we're going to turn it into a 4-bedroom. It's got a door, it's got a window, which is, you need a second means of escape for a bedroom, and it has ventilation. It does not have a closet. We can always add one or bust out the wall behind the hallway closet and turn it into one. I don't think we're going to worry about that. But as you saw, I mean, these cabinets are pristine. We're not going to touch these. We are going to get some new appliances in here. There's quite a bit of different things that I'm excited to show y'all in this video on how we can add value to a property like this. And again, we're looking at that $10,000 max budget to really get this thing to jump up a couple $100s a month, which again brings back that really great ROI. So I'm excited for y'all to join me. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel for more content, and let's get on with the rest of this video. Really quickly, let me go through some of the projects we have planned. We're gonna replace these floors. We're gonna leave these here, but we're actually gonna put LVP on top of these. That's the most expensive part of this whole remodel. It's about 1,300 square feet here, and we do it for about $350 a foot. So you're looking at, I don't know, $4,000 to $5,000. We got a fridge from a previous house sitting outside right there. So free fridge, $1,000 for a microwave oven. Cut out the cabinets here. These cabinets are pristine. I mean, super nice. We're not gonna do anything with those. We're not even gonna paint them. In here, nothing, just remember new floors. Pop off these drapes. There's like some colors on the wall. I don't know what that is, but painting some of the walls here. I think I'm gonna replace the light switches. That's not a huge ROI. We won't get much of a return for that, but still. I will replace this light with like a $15 light. Again, new drapes, paint some of this nastiness, new floors. Now, where the big value comes in, we're not gonna do anything in here either except for toilet and floors, is this master bathroom here. So we're gonna do a new toilet. But I'm gonna re-glaze this bad boy, and that's gonna be a really cool video by itself. My tile glazing video did phenomenal with like 600,000 views. So I'm gonna do another video with just glazing this, and then maybe glaze this, but definitely recaulk it. And then another huge video of mine is beadboarding a ceiling. So the ceiling has some weirdness going on there. It's a brand new roof, so there's no water leaks. But I'm gonna beadboard through this And I think that would just look really cool in here, really easy to do. 30, 40 bucks, and then paint all of these walls and stuff. We are going to be replacing the door handles, these nasty hinges here, get a few more blinds, brand new blinds, take off these drapes, and then just touch up, paint everything. We're gonna do a vapor barrier underneath the flooring here in the crawl space, replace the water heater, and those are really the only big ticket items besides the stove and microwave. And when we're done with this complete package, this $10,000 remodel, again, $200 rent increase, which goes a long way. I think this is my good Sawzall, and it just completely snapped off. So I'll have to use my old one and see if that one still works. Not much to talk about in regards to outlets, but you can see on the right side it's looped upwards, and on the left with the neutrals they're looped downwards. You want to loop them with the rotation of the screw, so whenever you screw this in, it locks the wire in, it tightens it up. If it were wrapped the other way, there's a chance I could unravel the wire around it. But these are pretty simple. Black on this side, ground's on the other side, and then your ground and your neutrals are over here. $30 more to go or so. And the light switches are even easier to do. The houses were wired a little differently back then than they are now. There's constant power running through the ceiling to all the lights in this house, and the switch just toggles that power on and off. No power is running to the switch and then to the light. Again, so there's constant power running through there, which means I gotta go turn things off at the breaker, but this is a fuse panel. I've never messed with a fuse panel before. I have to document this in case I blow up the entire house, but I'm gonna pull this bad boy out. I love how it's metal. Okay. I don't know what the main one is. This one says range, so it's the oven. But is there like one shut off? I'm wondering if that just shuts off everything in the house. That would be awesome if I just had to do one. I don't want to do all of these, so I don't have to go all the way inside. I have a light there and I can see that power is still on. So I'm gonna have to unplug all these bad boys. And that's disgusting. That's not mine, I'm telling you. I guess I should organize these. Top, second, All right. I just pretty much took everything out and placed it here just to be safe. And of course, I'm going to test everything I work with before actually messing with it. All right, the power is off, and I bought this 2-pack of these flush lights. I think it was like 25 bucks, so it's about $12.50 per light here. This whole room, and I'll break it down towards the end of this video, but minus the flooring, we're looking at maybe $40 to redo each bedroom here, which is extremely cheap. Again, besides the floors. We're talking with the new outlets, the light switch, some doorknobs and handles for our hinges, and then one single light here. One wall is going to be painted. That's it. You can change the color temperature from 3000 Kelvin to 4000 to 6500. So this is going to be like a white, like a hospital. 4000 is still pretty white. 3000 is my favorite. And then they do have 2700 when you're doing other type of lights. 27 and 3000 are my preferred. So you just flip the switch over there to 3000. Wire black to black, white to white. It's that simple. Pushing it onto the ceiling usually is not very simple. Now something else I like to do, and this could be because of my city roots, I don't know, but I like to Drano all the drains here. We're actually keeping pretty much everything, all the showers and faucets and all that, but I'm still probably going to be working underneath the sinks, and it's really just good to clear these things out before we have a tenant come in here, and then they call us later on in a month or two saying that their sinks are clogged or their tubs. But I pour Drano, even if I was replacing these things, it's just a lot more pleasant working with pipes that don't smell so bad. And one of these is like $5, you know, just clean your pipes out. Now if you have a septic, maybe don't use something quite so strong, but I'm gonna let that sit for a bit and soak it. Yeah, we're even gonna keep this pretty little tub. The shower's actually in really good condition, even though it's pink. I just need to caulk the grout lines and call it a day. Today I'm dressed up in my all whites, kind of a gray color, but that's just a standard in painting. I don't know why, but I'm rolling with the trend there. Today we're going to be spray painting some of the closets, and I might get to some of the walls and baseboards because we have floors coming in a couple of days. So I'm just going to use this basic small Graco handheld plug-in whatever paint sprayer. I'm not going to bring out the big boy Graco X7 Magnum, whatever it's called. This isn't that big of a project. But first, you fill this little bag up with the water, and that's how you prime this thing. So you get water in there, spray it quite a bit, and I've already done that, but that just gets it all primed up and ready to go. Then you unscrew this thing, pour this out, fill it up with paint, and then we're going to be spray painting some closets. Oh, there's some clumps here. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's just this one. There we go. What we do now is we put on the lid, and there is an arrow that points to this little blue area. You want to line those up. That means it's nice and snug. Go ahead and open this cap up here. And you want to screw it onto the gun. You point this on the highest end. This is now the top of the cup angled like this, and you squeeze out all the air from this bag Tearing off wallpaper sucks, but what about 2 layers of wallpaper? Nice. Real nice. The wallpaper is really intact in this room, so I think I'm just gonna spray over it. It's actually really smooth. It's on there really nicely. I guess the big problem I have with painting this is I'm not sure how hard it'll be to remove it someday. And this is gonna be probably like a 5-year down the road project where we're gonna remove this wallpaper and redo this whole bathroom. At that point, it might just tear down the drywall completely. Before I paint in here, I taped off the mirror and covered the vanity a little bit. Most of it I don't really care about. I'll be able to wipe down most of these surfaces if I get paint on it with like vinegar or something like that. But I did wipe down the walls, so I'm gonna clean the walls. You can see it's pretty bright reflection on there, but it's super dirty. I think I'm out of here today. I got the bathroom painted, all of the floor staples and carpet tack strips, whatever you call those things, are all pulled up. The oven area is ready, so floors are coming in early. Actually, they got pushed back a couple days and now they're coming back in. So by tomorrow, a lot of this, at least in the main room, should all be floored up and looking completely different by the next time you probably see me. This is the fastest remodel I've ever been a part of, and I think it's going really well so far. There's been no hidden surprises. Floors are gonna get super dirty for the rest of this remodel, which is unfortunate, but we'll probably hire out a professional cleaning team to really just polish this thing up. In these closets, I actually just painted the ceiling the same color as the walls because who cares? It's gonna be just fine. This is popcorn ceiling, just barely. It actually doesn't look bad at all. So, but now that I painted it, scraping it will be almost impossible, but that's fine. Again, it looks okay. I'm not gonna spray the ceilings in the main room just in case they get scraped someday, and they don't really need it anyway. I'm back on the property today. Let's check out the new floors. Floors look really good, especially in the bedrooms where all the walls are white. Almost knocked myself out on this door. The place where they don't look the best is alongside of this wood paneling here. Now this is gonna stay like this during the first renter, but in a couple of years when we come through here and remodel it a little bit more, maybe we do things in between renters. Place doesn't need that much. May come in here and paint these some cool color or remove them and just put drywall up, especially if we're going to take off this wallpaper and so on. I just pointed to a door, but this wallpaper right here, we may peel that off someday. For now though, I think it looks pretty cool. Again, even with the wooden doors and stuff, it looks all right. Looks all right. The other thing is once I put cord around the edges here, it's going to have a little bit more finished of a look. And then of course with the stainless steel appliances, but not bad overall. Oh, and we're getting a brand new white door here with some brand new blinds. So that's gonna freshen up this place a lot more as well. And honestly, I've only looked at this really through the camera lens and not through my own eyes. It looks actually pretty good. But I'm going to go ahead and roll the baseboards. And keep in mind, these baseboards aren't in the best of shape already, and I'm not going to sand them and putty them or replace them. This is a quick remodel, right? So what I'm going to do first is roll them white. And the reason I'm even painting them is because I'm putting white quarter round down here, shoe molding. And putting white shoe molding along this would look really gross. Doesn't need to be perfect, it's my first coat. And then I can even get a little bit closer up there. I get that I should also be using a foam roller. I just left it at my house and today's my trim painting day, so I'm not going to go back and get them. So again, I don't think I need to paint down there at all. The shoe molding should cover that up. I'll just need to come back and maybe caulk some of this and then cut it with a brush. Oh, gross. No! No! I can't kneel on anything anymore today. Now, I don't think any of y'all really care about painting, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of this trim with the paintbrush, and I'll get back to y'all later. Probably a different day. There's my painted quarter round. I had a lot of trouble with painting primed quarter round. Always get it painted. It's only a few bucks more. It's actually like $1 more for a 12-foot board. Super cheap, but it saves you so much time and it looks better as a finished product. Get it already painted, not primed. Tons of leftover floors to send back. The stove came in, the microwave, and another toilet. I need to work on getting that toilet installed so Tessa could get to work over here. Alright, I'm here with my short shorts today. It's getting warm for February. I'm gonna wipe down the back of all these baseboards, or quarter round here, because there's some kind of like, I don't know, cat hair, carpet fuzz and dust and 70 years of other kinds of things, right? These were never caulked, so stuff can just slip behind there. I mean, all this fuzz on the floor right here, all of this stuff was behind this shoe molding. So I'm just kind of cleaning that off and doing a vinegar behind there just to help with that. As a note, while we're talking about vinegar and bleach, never mix the two because it makes some kind of chemical that can kill you. So again, the bleach was a light dusting on the subfloor. This vinegar is not going to touch that. But in addition to all the stuff we're doing, we're putting a water vapor barrier in the crawl space just to help with some of the moisture. And again, helping the smell at the end of the day. Whether we do that ourselves or hire it out is a different question, but I do have the supplies purchased. Never ever do your own electrical, especially something with this size gauge of wire for like an oven or something like that. There's a lot of power that runs through this, so don't mess with it. What is all this? Oh, it's nothing, it's nothing. There's actually no power running to it. I have it shut off at the breaker panel. This is a really old type of wire here. It has some kind of like fabric on it. I forgot what you call that. Insulated wire. I don't know. But I have a hole down here, so I'm going to run it down lower now because the box was here, but then the range can't be pushed back very far. So I'm going to move it lower because all ranges have about, I don't know, a 6-inch cavity underneath it, so you can push it all the way back with an outlet being in the way. Every time I work with electrical, I get dinged up. I don't know why, but it happens. I'll go ahead and take off the old hose here, just while I'm already here, clean up all this. I'm not going to replace the actual valve because that's a lot of work and for an actual plumber and would require shutting off the main water. One time I got a 12-inch hose here and it was too short, so ever since I get a 16-inch, now it just seems way too long. This would have done just fine, but again, ever since I had that one issue, I've always gone just overboard. It's like $1 more. But then you don't have to go back to the store. So I got the wax ring on the bottom of the toilet. The fun part of lining up the bolt holes here. Press down. Installing a toilet is much better than taking one out because you never know what the people, well, you kind of do know what the people did with the toilet before you got to it, but when it's brand new like this, there's nothing wrong with it. So you can get your face up and close. Before I remove a toilet, I actually usually just spray it down with bleach and Zep and wear gloves and all that stuff. No leaks so far. And the moment of truth. There we go. I guess the moment of truth is when someone takes a big old dump in here. So this is a cheapo Project Source toilet, which I've never gotten before. And I was actually pretty pleased with how the install went until the last step. You have a flathead screwdriver type of thing for this lid here. Why not use a Phillips? So annoying. I'm going to send this thing back. So Tessa has this wall painted with a Greek villa, and it actually looks really close to the original walls here. I think what we're gonna do is, do a second coat here, make sure that's finished because it was a terrible wall. And then we're gonna strip off some of this paint, take it to low so they can match it. And that way we can just touch up some of these walls that aren't terrible, right? This whole wall just has a couple of nail holes, right? So gonna do that, and she did it in each of the bedrooms. There's about one wall, so it's kind of like one accent wall, and then the rest just need touch-up paint. As for the bathroom here, toilet newly installed as you just saw, and Tessa also worked on sanding this old original cabinet here, and she took the doors off, took them outside, and we're gonna paint this some color. And this bathroom is actually gonna look pretty cool with the pink tile and this funny wallpaper. You know, it's a rental. We're gonna recalk everything. And there's me. I don't think this looks too bad. They even have an outlet right up here for the guests to use for the tenant. So today on top of the paint and the things I just showed you with the bathroom vanity and the toilet, I also installed the baseboards in all of the closets. They're not installed, but they're set in place. They're all cut. And there's like 6 or 7 closets in this house. So that's all good to go. Next is quarter round around the bottom of all the main areas, and really just the bedrooms. I've already installed the quarter round in the living room and kitchen and dining room. So not much left to do besides the master bathroom. I will see you on another day. Oh no.
Oh, that was a good one.
I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to
Here I made a few Craig jig holes. I'm going to screw these in. And here I'm just re-supporting this counter because originally, again, these counters went all the way across, but I don't want somebody sitting here, putting something heavy here and it collapsing. So I'm gonna I have a bracket down there, this guy, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side of the oven. And then it's time to install the oven. With all ranges, you need to install your own cord to the back of them. Why that is, I'm guessing it's because that there's 3-prong and 4-prong cables, and for some reason they can't make some kind of like quick adapter or something, but yeah, you actually have to kind of like screw in these little pieces to the back of the range. It's not too difficult, but it's still annoying, and actually I'm dealing with a giant gash still. It healed up pretty quickly because the back of the ranges, the metal there is like razor sharp. Just wire these into the screws. Moment of truth. Okay. Like a glove, like a glove, like a glove. Oh man, it even sits all the way back against the wall. What I've learned from this whole experience here, let's see, it's February. By the time I load this, it'll probably be March or something. I really need to work out again. It's coming up to boating season. Lifting this up, I'm dead. The guy that's replacing the glass door is here. I'm being a creeper, staring out the window. I'm not gonna record him doing this, obviously, but this is the old piece of junk that was here. The whole room is all blacked out, it's weird. Actually, no, I love you. I'm going to shoot this baseboard segment here in the bathroom because I'm about to install the baseboards in here. But I'm using 6 different types of baseboard materials throughout this house. Plus there's already a baseboard type already on some of the bedroom walls. So in here in the bathroom, I'm actually using this like plastic, I don't know, PVC type of baseboard. And that's because there's no bathroom vent in here, and you know, just bathrooms get mildewy, musty and all that. So this will not absorb or promote mold growth as easily. Then you have this original like oak type of baseboard or quarter round, which was already here in this house. And the birds decided to sing right now while I'm recording this. So this original is here, and I'm reinstalling it in a lot of the main areas of the house. But then there's also a different type of quarter round I'm buying, which is a plastic type like this, and I'll show you a video of what that looks like. You can't tell the difference at all. It's really cool. Then you have your painted quarter round here. It's already painted, which saves you hours of work of trying to cut in the quarter round on the floor. Get it painted. It only costs a few pennies more than primed or unprimed. And then you have your regular baseboard here, again painted. Saves so much time once again. I guess that's 6 total different types of materials in this house, including one of them which is already installed, but 5 different materials that I am bringing to the table here. Actually, there is one more type of quarter round I'm using. It's a PVC quarter round, which I'm putting around the tub in the guest and around the shower here, again to prevent mold growth. Tessa, you won't believe it.
What?
They still make these lights. We noticed in this bathroom that there's not an outlet anywhere on the walls, so after looking around and taking some things apart, we noticed that the outlet is actually attached to the vanity light. And when searching online, they really don't make too many vanity lights with outlets anymore. But they do actually have the same exact model from 50, 60 years ago. They still have it, so we're just gonna freshen it up with a brand new one because this one's pretty gross. And our tenants will have outlets in the bathroom. So they did make a slight update here. They had 2 white wires that you would join to one up there and 2 blacks that you would join to one up there. Now they kind of like mended them together, or they already tied them together. So now you just have one of each. It's the little things. Now we just need to do some caulking and a final coat of paint. I think we're gonna be pretty good. It's easy to be distracted by how ugly these countertops are, but this is actually extremely clean right now. I wiped all the TSP, or I rinsed all the TSP with water. So this is just super clean of debris and grit and grime and mold, all of that. It's ready to go, except for I need to take this drain out. And really, I guess I gotta take this out too. I didn't think about that for some reason, and I hate taking these off. They suck. Maybe I should tape around it. Anyway, the drain is super easy. You just undo this and that's it. The sink faucet, you have to go way under there and take that off, and that's what I hate doing. Look, long story short, I went under the sink here and the bolts that are holding this faucet down are all corroded, and I just really don't have the time or patience or the care to really make this that perfect. So unfortunately for this video, I am going to be painting around the faucet and just taping it off. That is not really the right way to do it if you want to have this, you know, correctly for 5 to 10 years. But this whole vanity here, I could probably get replaced for 200 bucks. So me already spending this much time on it is already like, maybe I should just replace this whole thing. So it's $50 or so for the spray, which I can do multiple faucets with that 50 bucks. And a few hours of time, when I could just do this whole thing for $200, and again, probably just a few hours of time. Same amount of time, but 4 times as much just to replace this. But again, I'm keeping this on there because too much work to get that off right now. I'm just gonna tape it up and spray around it. This is the same mask from like 4 years ago when I did this last time. It's been 30 minutes. I installed the toilet and a couple of doorknobs on some of the bedroom doors. Time to do round 2. All right, and that's all it takes to reglazing your bathroom sink. You could use the same product for reglazing a bathtub, the tile, and other types of sinks just like this. That wraps it up for this really quick remodel. We did end up putting right under $10,000 all in. Most of that was materials, and then I cut myself a little bit from the top. This went by extremely smooth, but again, nobody was kind of in our way. We weren't working alongside anybody, so we just had the kids, me and Tessa, working on this place. Besides the floors and the sliding doors you saw. But all the small little unique features that we put in here, like the beadboard ceiling, reglazing the sink, the backsplash behind the stove there, all of that stuff just really tied into the character of this 1960s house. Again, this house was owned by just one person in its entire lifetime. She treated it really well, so it was really easy to do this house back here. But now we're coming down to cleaning it up, getting out of here, and the tenants move in tomorrow. Thank you all for watching this video. Remember to like, share, subscribe. I will see you on the next flip or next project I do. Peace. I got this all power washed the other day. It looks really nice.